afraid. I have no problem admitting it. I am fearful of being on a stand-up frontside 50-50 and dropping back in. What up, guys? So I got the call. I got that important call. Bring it. Actually, it was a big night the other night at the ramp when I was trying to keep my mind focused on beast mode. Really trying to throw the dice, so to speak. Cast caution to the side and just kind of go for it. And I felt like, yeah, man, I bailed a lot. A lot didn't work out for me, but some sketchy looking kind of stuff did work out for me. I honestly feel like I'm going to learn faster that way. Just going for it. Tonight's the night, man. I got to go for it. I can ride this ramp 5 or 6 more times and still not get the guts up to do it. Or I can just get it out of the way. Mike did it the other night. I will say this. Mike had some tricks back in the day. He told me he used to do some early grabs. He could do disaster slides, like lip slides, board slides on the ramp. He had some pretty good tricks in his early days. I didn't. I might have ridden a half pipe 3-4 times. 3-4 times total in my life. So, I don't know, man. It's scary to me. When I was a kid, a young kid, I went through a stage when my parents say I was very fearful of things. Like my mom and dad used to say, if we were going to go out, my brother and I were going to go out hiking or something, they'd be like, watch out for rattlesnakes. You really got to watch for rattlesnakes when you go into the brush, or you're walking through grass, or if you're going to be walking through the rocks, you got to really look for rattlesnakes. And I think because I had a little brother, and my little brother wasn't very cautious of a person, so it really made me, he was 2 years younger than me, it really made me become the cautious one. And I got to a point where I was too cautious, and my mom and dad tell the story that it got to a point where I was afraid to go outside anymore, and they really pushed that too far on me. And I do that when we're walking out in the park with the kids and we cross through like this kind of a wilderness area. Watch every step, be looking for the baby rattlesnake, and it's smart, you got to, but at the same time I don't want to freak my kids out too much, so I kind of try to go ahead of them. I need to carry this GoPro around with me because you guys should see if there's a snake out there, like a fast snake, like out in California we had these red racers or these coach whip snakes. Man, I throw the car into park if I'm driving down the road and I take off like a banshee. I'll dive off my feet to catch a snake, and they'll bite me. And you just got to be quick at IDing those suckers. But I may put a picture in with this video so you guys can see some of the dumb stuff I did. I ended up in my adult life going through a phase where I wanted to conquer my fear. And that's what kind of started me off, catching rattlesnakes. And I'd watch like some show and I'd see, some rattlesnake hunter, pin down the head of a rattlesnake and pick up a rattlesnake. And somewhere along the lines, I just had to try it. And it got a little overboard. I would play with them all the time, every time I found one. And I mean, there was one year at my house up on the top of the mountain out in Menifee, California, I caught 5 big rattlesnakes in one summer. I mean, I was catching multiple snakes every summer. And if there was a camera there, I was likely to do something stupid with it. But anyway, there is a fine line. And you know what? Some of you guys watching my channel, you maybe shouldn't listen too hard to some of the things I say. Maybe you've got some health issues, a bad knee, a bad back, or you need to give it time. I am I have allowed myself close to a year to get my muscle memory back for skateboarding. My background as a skater, you know, was basically skating from my house to check out the waves. I would skate fast, I would launch off stuff, and I would ollie some pretty sizable gaps, like in the middle of like a 4-lane road, or, you know, or launch off over a planter, you know, off a patio or something like that. So I did have pretty decent balance and board control, but I just never skated any tranny. So if you don't have that kind of experience, or, you know, don't jump in both feet. Take your time, be smart about it. But there's a point to where your fear is keeping you from doing the kind of skateboarding you want to do. And when you recognize that time, you'll recognize it. You don't, you know, you've got to push yourself a little. There has to be that desire to take it to the next level some. Or just keep cruising, man. That's cool. But don't let me push you if you're not ready. I'm ready for this stuff. I feel ready for this stuff. My body's feeling good. I'm feeling solid. All right.
Board out, body in. Worst kind.
That feels, man. Gosh darn it. I start out in the right position and it just rolls out on me.